All right. What do we have here? We have a brand new panel, and I'm so excited to have this second session again for all the viewers. I'm Santosh Purtiwada, based out of Edmonton, Canada, and we have three panelists. All of them are currently based out of India. And let's get started. I'll introduce them to you. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. So we have Naveen and so many accomplished people on the panel. I'll get a little nervous whenever I'm introducing them because I've had the pleasure of meeting all these three people when many years ago we all were a part of Hyderabad weekend shoots. We used to meet during the weekends on different photo walks, and we were all at the beginning of our careers. And it makes me proud to see their accomplishments, how far they have come. So right now we have Naveen Indrasena Reddy on the panel. We have Saravana Kumar, and we also have Sai Kiran Kotakonda. As of now, he's having internet issues, so he's unable to join the video. Hopefully, he can get to proper audio and then be able to participate in our discussion. But otherwise, we have a very capable panel here to talk us through. All right. Without further ado, Naveen, to introduce him, he's an alumni from National Institute of Technology, has more than 15 years of experience in steel manufacturing, software development industries before starting his career in photography. He has 5+ years in full-time photography and videography, and had done more than 300 weddings and events, including celebrities. Um, he has also worked as a director of photography in few short films. He is happily married to Vijay and blessed with two kids. Jahnavi is 10 years old and Arav is 7 years old. So don't be surprised if you hear them on the call or see them. So welcome again, Naveen, to the call.
Thank you, Santosh. Thanks for the nice introduction.
All right, and now moving on to Saravana. He's an MBA graduate and a self-taught photographer. He's worked in payroll for 5 years and has been a wedding photographer since 2012. He's also been a cinematographer for three feature films so far. He's received a certificate of excellence for Swachh Bharat short film competition. It was done at national level. He loves to teach and is currently running a YouTube tutorial in photography in four different languages: Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, and English, and he's the owner of Moments Photography. So well done, Saravana, and then hearty welcome to you to the panel.
Glad, Santosh. Thank you so much. Thank you, OneClient, for this initiative.
Awesome. And now moving on to the last but not the least, Sai Kiran, who is comfortably hiding, you know, having internet troubles and hiding from us. So he's an MBA graduate from London and a photographer by passion. He has worked on a wide spectrum of photography assignments, including wedding shoots, couple shoots, fashion photography, whatnot. In 2016, he was appointed as the only official photographer for Sri Shaila Devasthanam in Andhra Pradesh. And in 2018, he has received a National Geographic Award in Living Cultures category. He's the director of iClick Photography. Very accomplished, and nice to have you on the panel, Sai. Right.
Thanks, Santosh.
Good to hear
What is
your voice, and welcome all three of you. So now, what do we have here? We have two MBA graduates and an engineering and technology graduate. And what's happening? Why are you all in photography? You could have done so many different things, and you could have continued your beautiful steel and manufacturing and IT jobs. And Saravana could have continued his awesome payroll job with the beautiful Excel sheets and whatever boring softwares. So let's start with Naveen. So how come photography, and what's your journey like briefly?
Uh, See, it. I'm a late starter to tell you other people. See, I started my photography journey at the age of 31. Matlab, when after my second kid has born, it kicked in. I was shooting photographs. I had a point and shoot camera. If I go back and look, this, I at the age of 10 years old, I was able to cover my cousin's engagement. But I never knew that I can take that into a passion at that point of time. All my through college life, my place, I used to have a camera, but I didn't know I was shooting with the point shoot camera at that point of time. So after the excitement which I got after learning and taking it forward is amazing. I'm happy.
Mhm.
My soul is happy. You can call it as my soul is happy. I was able to find an happiness for myself. That's where it kicked in.
Nice.
From
Nice.
there, it's a step by step, process by process, where I am today.
That's good. That's good. Thanks, Naveen. And again, there are a lot of surprises in everybody's journey, and I'm happy that you could find the pictures that you shot when you were 10, and then you could still go back and check. I hope they are not like those Sagar Sangamam pictures, right? But yeah, over to you, Sai. What's your story?
Mine is again, I used to do painting in the childhood, and the same story. No parents would be listening to you about the other crafts apart from the education, right?
Yeah.
So your interest lies in somewhere, but your parents tell you to go into some other thing. Education, schooling, you need to finish it off and all. And for me, the colors were so amazing. And cut the app. What happened is my father has bought me this computer in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
So he was not giving me those pencils and papers when I was much needed. So what happened is, as soon as I got this paint in Windows, right, MS Paint.
Yeah.
So the horizons opened up for me.
Mm-hmm.
So one fine day I saw this Photoshop suddenly. One of my friend was using it. I said, why don't you install it into my system? And that's it. From that day onwards, I was behind the pictures. So I never personally thought that I will be becoming a photographer because I did my MBA and all. But one fine day, when I met my guru, my inspiration, Mr. Chandrasekhar Singh, I don't know what made me to take this photography as a profession.
Uh-huh.
In that 1 hour, 2 hours of conversation, I don't know what struck me, and I thought, let's give it a try. But before that, it was like it was there in me, clicking images, color correcting them, presenting with good images, and I was a hero among all my friends because my images were looking very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So that was. So yeah, pretty much, and life turned to be. I never thought that whatever the journey has been till today was all blessing. So because of all these things, I think I have to become a photographer to fulfill much of few jobs which I have to do.
Yeah, like a lot of us, I think we have one person to blame, Mr. Chandrasekhar Singh.
Yeah, all the time. I think he is the main
True.
Naveen, everybody, I guess. Most
Yeah,
of
a
us.
lot of us, and we are very happy and fortunate to have him. To have met him long ago, and then I have had the pleasure to have some wonderful conversations with Shekhar over the years, in person and on phone, and it's always a pleasure to talk to him and discuss photography and art and life in general. So, Saravana, so what's your story? Is it paints and brushes and Photoshop like Sai Kiran, or is it an engagement shoot done from childhood, or what's your story?
So to me, camera has been a fascinating instrument which mankind will ever see. Because whatever you see, you can get it as an image and it will be stored for lifetime.
Mhm.
So it started from my class 10, where my school announced a cash prize of 500 rupees if we score more than 500. So with that money, I added some more and I purchased first camera of Kodak EC300. I used to
Wow.
shoot days when reels used to be there. It used to give me a lot of joy, which I could not put in proper words, where something which happened to us, you see your family member, you see some emotion where your mother is
Mhm.
cooking, you are playing with your brother or something, a kid. and you see that print. I'm talking about the days where it used to be negative. When you click, and after some days, when you develop it at Chikadpalli Mahavir and you get to see the image, that used to give me that joy. So soon as I joined Deloitte and I grew, I purchased a camera with my hobby. Then Mr. Vishal Anjukandi, whom I often keep calling as my first guru, he introduced me to HWS team, where I met like you. Then I understood it is not craziness of my alone, but there are so many people. I saw Peddu Ishwar, I saw Chandrasekhar Singh, just like how people started talking, Raghu Mandati, and the list would go on. So people inspired me, and soon I got into full-time photography. That's it.
I'm happy that you're also one of the few people like me right now. But now I have to show young people what a film looks like, and first question they would ask is what do you mean film? I mean, how do you do it? And can you see it? Can you open it? And it's like, oh no, you have to wait for a week to see your pictures, and they're all just mind blowing for them, right? What do you mean you have to wait for a week? So it's a different love affair with photography when you start with film, and it's very different when you start with digital. But again, what connects us really is our passion and our creative want to do something with it, our creative need to do something with it, and share that happiness with others. As Naveen was suggesting, it's his soul was happy when he was doing that thing, and as
Correct.
Kiran Sai was suggesting that he was a hero among his friends, right? And he still is probably. When I met him, he was 6 feet tall. Now probably he's 9 feet or so, and obviously he has grown in photography as well. So thanks for sharing all your amazing stories. So now, one of the key questions that we had in previous conversation was, photography has certainly changed our life, right? We have had good things happen. We have had some challenging situations happen for all of us. So I wanted to understand how your stint with photography has impacted your personal life, because it's very important to know, what people see outside are these wonderful pictures all of you make. Right? They may know or they may not know the story or the struggle that you had to go through to make that picture or to make that story. And it's very important. And if you want to talk about a specific instance, please do. But I would love to hear how photography has transformed your life. Naveen?
Turning into a full-time photographer, and to be telling you very clearly, I didn't had a family time. 3 years, like after quitting my job in 2015 and 2016, 2017 I was working like mad as. Hardly I used to go home. I used to go home. Even if I go home, I just go sleep in the late hours for 2-3 hours and come back early in the morning and run out, because there was lot many things on our stakes which are there at that point of time. If I look back now, with the 2 cycles of ups and downs which is happening in, I really has missed my kids growing up. And my family my wife was supporting me in this critical part. There was a family who is supporting me. Otherwise it would not have been that easy. If I want to tell you very clearly, I didn't had celebrated not even a festival for 3 years. I was never there in my family. Because I was a workaholic. It's clearly that if there is no season or off season, I used to create work. I used to go ahead and hunt for work. I used to volunteer myself to ensure that I show up something else which is there. Because in a span of 3 years, working in multiple domains, getting knowledge, acquiring people, and showing up is a very, very challenging thing.
Right.
I was doing. People know me. I've started with B2B. I just entered Hyderabad in 2010, and I don't know any person. The friends I made here are made with my sheer hard work. I never know anyone. I came here in 2010 with my family to settle up here in Hyderabad. Otherwise, I was working in Mumbai, Chennai, other places which are there. Prior to this, Hyderabad is my first time.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other acquaintance which I made in last 7-10 years is through photography and is through my jobs which I have done and the clients which I have met. So it was tough. Family time, I was not able, if you ask me, now I was able to at least identify what is the value of family and able to properly judge between that. Otherwise, the initial 3 years was tough. Later on,
Right.
point of time, I was able to find time and I was able to allocate things. But being a smaller business owner, it was me front facing every challenges, front facing every situations there, making mistakes, learning, coping up, and doing lot many things.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks for sharing your personal story. And I completely agree with you. I don't know how many celebrations, even if I have attended, I don't think I was there mentally. I might have been there physically, but mentally I was in a completely different place. And I keep telling my wife this, that I am so surprised that she's still with me. So, uh,
So true.
yeah.
Me here.
All right. So, what about you, Saravana? How did it impact your life?
So challenges are everywhere in this. When you call yourself a photographer, I'm sure you will get the first challenge from your very own loved ones, especially when you change your career path. My brother, my father, my own family, they were honestly against it because I was somebody who attempted my CA inter and I was supposed to do my CPA while working with Deloitte. So all of a sudden, I decided to shift my career. It would sound filmy to people if I tell them. Well, this was before Three Idiots, let me be honest. So the moment my family heard something like this, where I decided to take up photography as full-time career, they were against it. But sooner as things prospered, we started working out. To be very liberal, you start earning. You show the family that you are growing. Acha, theek hai, something is up to the mark. Soon the business grew. So from one branch, I grew to 3 branches. The staff expanded, events multiplied. So the sooner you start growing, there is growth in it. And challenges is like every day, every time.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, I had to struggle a lot to convince my father to, first of all, I would get into fine arts because I was expected to be a doctor and, first in the family or whatever. I did not tell anyone and, got up from my class in MZC group and then borrowed some money from a friend, went to JNTU Fine Arts College and took the application to get into fine arts, right? So, and then I joined a different college, of course, Venkateshwara
In
Fine Arts
fact, in
College.
that argument,
Yeah.
I took half day leave just to talk to my people, my brother, my Vadina.
Right.
So to convince them itself was a tough thing. So soon this thing
Absolutely.
happened. Correct.
Yeah, it'll take some time for everyone to notice, and first of all, for you to get that confidence. And I don't know how many times I had questioned my own decision of getting it. Did I do it right? Did I do it wrong? And when I was a kid, I thought I was going to become a scooter mechanic, and then I thought I would become a archaeologist, and now I'm thinking of becoming an artist. What's going on? So how about you, Sai Kiran? Is your father happy right now with all the decisions you made? Does he regret getting you that computer?
Obviously, yes, yes. But starting, I'll tell you in the basically in Telugu, it would be interesting. The first thing, వాళ్ళని కన్విన్స్ చేయడమే కష్టంగా ఉండేది. అంటే when you opted for the photography, first MBA తర్వాత photography, that all the follow has been done, everything okay, they agreed, I am agreed, everything went on smooth. But after that, you are working in the night and sleeping in the morning. That's the biggest challenge for me. How to convince them that I'm working creatively on the nights because I don't have any disturbance and all. The first thing is, the first sacrifice I made is to shift my house in Hyderabad itself to other house, apart from parents, because I don't want any disturbance in my head. So that's thing. So it all started from the channel bus thing in Hyderabad. So I had my first Omcom office where what I say is that's how it started off. And to be challenging and all, I think there is so much of ups and lows in every field. Even I too face it. But unlike Naveen or Naveen, I couldn't be able to sacrifice anything because I just wanted to live most of the moments so that I can see the moments in others. So it would be easy for me to see the moments happening around me. So how would I know if I don't live any moment? So I have spent so much of my time basically, living my moments. Whether I've been to with my friends, to holidays, there are many times I have went to holidays without a camera, only to enjoy my moments. Because after coming back, you have a good energy, good confidence. Your creativity levels grow, and you see moments everywhere. So it would be easy for me to capture those moments in other events.
Yeah.
So all these things. So I firmly believe that let me have moments for myself so that I can see the moments in others.
Yeah. I think it's a good approach, Sai, and it took me many years to figure that out. And there are many times, a lot of us, I'm sure all of us do, is we deliberately keep our cameras at home and then go on it. Like I'm not going to click any pictures today. I'm going to make pictures with my mind. I'm going to make pictures with my heart and soul.
I need to tell something. Sorry, Santosh.
Yeah.
So many people ask me how much of hard work you have done for that, National Geographic Award, the image and all stuff. So I told only one thing. I did normal. So कल कैसे किया, आज कैसे कर रहा हूँ, कल कैसे कर रहा हूँ, it's a normal thing. So award comes once. So ఎక్కువ effort ఉండదు. We don't put lot of effort to achieve some award. We do regular work every time.
Right.
The one time you get rewarded with the good things, that's it.
Yeah, and I think you're being very humble in saying that you're doing very normal work. But just 5 minutes ago, you've also shared that to distract yourself from any other things, you used to work all nights and then get up in the morning. For us, because now we are habituated that we have inculcated that level of discipline, that level of thinking, and that level of everything. Right now, it's all normalized for us. But for someone who is getting into photography right now, and they will have to see what is the amount of time these people are spending in making a photograph, and clicking takes less than a second. But what goes on behind before we make that click, God only knows. And the photographer, the artist knows how much time do they have to spend, how many hours they have spent in learning, in walking, in fighting with families, in dealing with the customers. And it just, everything comes, everything stops, and you click, and the moment is captured, and then the story goes on to the next picture and the next picture. Yep. All right. Again, just a reminder to all our viewers, if you have any questions, please type it out in Facebook Live or YouTube Live. I've just heard that the internet is choked up all over India, and not many people are getting proper connectivity right now. So hopefully users have joined in and logging in. Otherwise, we'll continue our fantastic discussion as if no one is there to watch us, and we just happily keep talking, right? Oh, by the way, so in last conversation, we had a question from one of the users, and unfortunately, we couldn't answer that in the last conversation. It was from, just give me 1 second. The question was from the user named Madhuram, and the question was quite important: how to keep yourself motivated in photography? Because we have started at one point and we are at some other point, and we keep there is, every one of us have different ways of motivating ourselves and continue to motivate ourselves when it comes to photography, videography, cinematography, and just our art practice and business practice. So how do you keep yourself motivated, Naveen?
I keep sourcing from other people. See, I look into movies as an art. I look into other spaces where how people are lighting these things. Even movie posters, and when I look into movie posters, I see that amazing lighting which they have been doing. That draws me inspiration in terms of that. Uh, I have to tell you, I also have not got a formal education in photography. Whatever I have learned is through aspiring few people. Is a creative life I was able to find lot many mentors while I was following on creative life. Creative life has really helped me to hone my skills. Roberto, see, if I want to tell you a few proper names, Roberto has really helped me to work on my posing. He has shown me the value of good posers, bad posers, and how I worked. If people are following, Picture Perfect Lighting is the book which is there. You just have to go ahead and look into that book. He has simplified posing. He has simplified locations in the way in which he taught people, and it has made a profound impact on in the way in which I look at images. I used to go ahead and listen to them, practice on my floor, and see. It's not only the learning which is there. I'm practicing it out floor and seeing that key and the changes which are happening. And photographer with just minute changes, 1 feet of changes up and down, right and left, will create a different image. And it's very important to be at the right place, at the right moment, at the right angle, with the right lens.
Absolutely.
If you want to have a perfect image has to be made, you anticipate that yes, with my experience I know that movements are made here, and if I want to make my movements here, I need to be at this place and at this moment.
Right. And so you're saying, could you please repeat the name of the book again for our viewers?
Picture Perfect Practice.
Picture Perfect Practice by Roberto
Valavansa.
All right. Yeah. And so Naveen's inspiration used to come from Creative Live, and now he looks at movies, visuals, posters, and he's fascinated about lighting, and he's always observing. He's more of a visual learner. And then what's very important, what Naveen has been sharing, is that he practices that too. Whatever he learns, he goes back to his studio, tries it out. Probably if he learned about a new lighting setup, probably he'll go to his studio and try it out, and put it in practice. And that's very important. It's not just remaining as theoretical knowledge, but he's applying it and learning from new things, and he's giving it his own twist probably. And how about you, Saravana? How do you motivate yourself?
See, in two aspects, one person who is into photography business has to be motivated, and I'm sure he is motivated. One, as a photographer, because he sees the eye of detailing in everything which he's doing. The clients are even upgraded, especially for those who are into living on the photography. So they get to know that there is a trend which is always changing. You see cameras being upgraded, poses being done, new techniques being used. I'm sure if we see some 5 to 10 years ago, nobody was using sunlights for photography. I mean, sungun light for photography. The trend is changing. Now, that is something which motivates you as a professional, being a photographer. Now, when you are somebody who is making money, livelihood, and people dependent on you, you become an entrepreneur also. So this is a point where art and business also coincide with one another. There you have to take up the responsibility of not just your survival of your staff, people who are dependent on you, meeting the levels of the customer, expectation levels of a customer. So these things, when you enter into it, it is like you have to push yourself forward. There is no turning back, and you really cannot stop.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's more like, on a lighter note, it is more like Mumbai metro train. On a lighter note, it is more like Mumbai metro train. Once you get into the train, you have to go forward. Bus.
What I understood from your story about your suggestion about motivation, it's not a choice. Motivation is not a choice. You have to be motivated.
You have to be motivated.
So you have to find different ways of motivating yourself, because looking at the broader picture. It's not just about you as a photographer, but as you're suggesting, look at you as your business and the people who are linked to you, your customers, your staff, and your family, and look at the overall ecosystem that is around you, and that itself will give you the strength and the will to motivate yourself and move forward. right?
So
So
just as an example, I just wanted to quote this. Say you are shooting a couple. They are not somebody who is a professional in posing. Neither they are models. You need to make them laugh. You need to be cheerful. You should have that positivity in you. Only then which can make them fall in love with them. I mean one another again, so that you can capture their chemistry, which remains for their lifetime as a memory. So
right.
you don't have a choice. You got to be motivated. You got to be energetic.
Yeah. And so if let's say, do you look at other photographers' work? Do you follow some favorite person, or do you, do you have any examples to share with us?
Joseph Joe Radik's work is something which always inspires me.
Mhm.
Joseph Joe Radik.
Right, right, Radik.
So
I think I've
not
seen
just
his
him.
work.
It is not that one photographer is the best. I would say everybody shoots
Mhm.
their best way possible. Even Sai Kiran has done so many wonderful images. Naveen Anna has done so many. Chandrasekhar Singh, if I see the eye of emotion, each one has got their own style of clicking. Raghu Mandati.
Right.
So it's not that one photographer I follow. Whosoever is a photographer, their work has to be appreciated.
Yeah, but then certain people's styles you get more pulled towards, and you get more inspired from. So Radik's work is what you're inspired by. So how about
Yes.
you, Sai? Do you still go back to your drawings and paintings and get some motivation, or you have some other ways of finding out?
No. Motivation comes in a different level from you, basically. So whatever images you see, I feel it's me.
Mhm.
Basically, don't feel me like in Nityanand Swami or something. So whatever the images, so
I mean,
whatever the images,
you look like him, by the way. So take it as
thanks.
a compliment.
Yes. So whatever the images you see is me actually, basically. So every time I strive to do something different, apart from the old one, I cannot be doing the same poses again and again with the same lighting, same setup, same locations and all. And what I do is I don't mind having any location. I wanted to create a beautiful image out of scrap, basically.
Mhm.
We see a lot of very bad locations out there, and I wanted to make the best images from those bad locations. So it means you need to have a command over your lenses, your equipment, your lighting, your posing and everything. And especially what I believe in, people don't see all those things, people see the emotion in the picture.
Mhm.
So for me it's always about the emotions.
Mhm.
So I need to get connected first, so that I feel that other person who is seeing after me will be connected.
Mhm.
So I basically strive to be living in each and every image.
Mhm.
So that's how I take. And moreover, there was a time when I used to see, thousands of pictures daily, and I think they are wow, wonderful. And you
Mhm.
started your career. But now after a while, what happens is after seeing 1,000 pictures, you might come across one good picture or not, even you can't tell. Okay,
Right.
it's okay. Today I've seen 1,000 images and I don't like it all. But
Mhm.
sometimes you see 1, 2 images, they're like wonderful.
Mhm.
So you obviously you come to a decision making, which is good, which is bad,
Right.
and
Right.
what is the things that you're actually liking in those images.
Mhm.
That all things makes your image.
Yeah.
So you pick a few things from one photographer, other things from other photographer, some lighting conditions from one photographer, some color toning conditions from other. So mix and all those things will become your image.
Absolutely, absolutely. I completely agree. I think it's and now that we have access to internet, and we share our pictures and we
Exactly.
see so
I
many
think
pictures.
most of us are not the professionally trained photographers here. Okay, so we have all learned by our own, and luckily YouTube played a major role, and HWS played a major role. Understanding the equipment, understanding the gear. But what comes is how will you choose your style? That's more
Mhm.
important. How will you
Right.
motivate yourself to choose your style? So that is where a person's his own lifestyle makes difference. The thinking makes a difference.
Mhm.
So from out of all these things, an image comes. So
Mhm.
that's get where people get connected. That's get where
Right.
your own style differs.
Mhm.
So for me, what I read, what I watch, what I listen, the songs I love to listen is different from other people. So everybody has a taste. Everybody has a movie taste. I see some other movies. You see some other movies. So
Mhm.
everything comes to a picture as a photographer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think you have touched on many different points, all of you. And what I hear from you, Sai, is the triggers are different. The motivation triggers are different for everyone, and it all comes from different sources, as you say. And then we develop over a period of time. And if we are really passionate about learning every day, we pick up things from many different sources, and we try to club them, we try to break them, and we try to would evolve from all our the decisions we are taking when it comes to that. And when it see it comes to when it comes to me, at the beginning of my career, I think it was more towards, it was very visual for me, the inspiration. I used to look at designs and photographs and paintings and all that from internet, and I used to get ideas and inspirations. And especially the major role, inspiring role for me was movies, and movies that were done by Akira Kurosawa, Satyajit Ray, and I was deeply drawn towards black and white photography, and not still images but moving images, and that used to give me ideas into my still photography. And again, I was, as you, many of you know, I was really passionate about black and white photography, and I used to draw a lot of information, inspiration from there. And then I saw that my inspiration also changed from movies, from music, to now the inspiration comes from literature. Interestingly, words are giving me so much of motivation, so much of inspiration, and then it triggers into some thought, and I keep writing, and I keep making pictures, and I keep talking. So uh, restricting ourselves to one mode or one person or one idea is not a pretty, it's not a sustainable source of motivation. So we got to be open to find inspiration from different sources. We got to be open, whether it is nature, whether it is a person, whether it is an object or a thing or literature, some other art form, or all said and done, it is for sure that we would find inspiration from the most unusual places, from the most unusual circumstances. We may not even realize that we got motivation from there. We will remember it later at some point. If we are lucky, we will remember it, right? All right. Moving on with our discussion. See, you have shared with us and with our viewers that you left your MBA Saravana, you left your MBA London, Sai, and you left your fantastic engineering job from National Institute of Design. What you have done, Naveen. Now, if you go back 10 years, if you go back like in 2000, early 2000s, would you still make this decision? Would you still suggest people to quit their work and get into photography? Would you do anything differently, Naveen?
To tell you my journey, see, I took a very very cautious decision. Matlab, see, my first business has started from B2B, matlab business to business. My photography community friends were my customers initially in the initial days. I was not knowing anyone at this point of time. HWS has served me a big role in terms of finding my first few customers, where I was serving my photographers, and I had found a problem is people are running from pillar to post, and how can I make a video editing process simpler is what my business idea was. From that space, I started serving 3 to 4 photographers in my community, my friends who are there, so that I shall be in a position to give a better customer satisfaction from those people. A team, I started with one system, which grew to 12 systems, and 35 people were working at a given point of time in 3 years. It had happened only because I was serving for people. I was serving for my friends. I used to get business from my friends is what. From then later on, I used to get my first customers. Slowly I moved from a business to business to a business to client customer centric thing at this point of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you made a wonderful point. I mean, it's not just about having a conviction within. the photographer is not alone when he's standing out, when he's standing, he's a part of the big community. And of course, the friends play a major role, just like, influencing us in our decisions. They always play a supporting role. And the more you join, or a big part of these regional communities, whether it is photography or art related, you're basically building up your own network of friends and well-wishers and customers. And it's a small community, and everyone knows everyone. And if you do good, everyone knows that you're doing good. If you do bad, everyone knows that you're doing bad, right? So it's a matter of managing those perceptions and doing it really well. And I'm glad you received a good amount of support from the community at the beginning, at least, and then you built on, for your business.
Regarding this a shift from a full-time career, you will get that call. You will feel that moment that hey, is it necessary? From that point of time, everyone will have a self trigger coming in within. Yes, your instinct says that yes, I can do better now. Having done something, identifying my niche, and having some side hustle done for a few days.
Right.
Everyone has started a side hustle. They have not jumped from a day one. Everyone has took their chances. They built their customers. They built their backup plans. They built, and from there on, they have built their confidence in their families. They're stating that yes, we can do better now. There is no sacrifices which have to do for the shift of the job or the lifestyles which changes have to be done. We can still give them a better chances of life, is where the promises have been made for the stakeholders in the family, and then only we plunged in.
Yeah. So you're saying you will reach a certain point where you would say, okay, this is where I'm ready, and now I'll have to make this switch. So it's not like a major point of worry to you. It's just more natural transition from the previous thing and to the new thing that you're moving in after all the struggle.
To set you an example, see, I was hustling like 17 to 20 hours a day. I was doing photography in the morning, still used to go to the office on a weekday, finish off my jobs to ensure that I am managing both. I used to wake up early in the 4 in the morning, go back and have a collaboration shoot or a friend or a wedding, which we used to do in the morning, finish off that wedding by 3 p.m., close it off and move back to my office, start my office at 4 and be there till 1:30 there in the night and come back to my place. That was what I was doing for 4 to 6 months of a time, till the point of time I didn't have to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I wish I was like you. I was more of a very lazy photographer, and I still remember, Kishore or Ravi or someone used to drag me to the weekend photo shoots. At least just shoot for at least one day in your life, or couple of hours, or if not for photography, at least have dosa with us at one of those places. So I still miss those things. And so now coming to Saravana, would you?
I would say,
you
for
still-
two of your questions where you said 10 years, if we go back, would we choose the same decision and would you advise others? So I would say, I'm just trying to understand your question clearly first so that I don't get deviated in courtesy of time. So clicking a photo will have their own parameters and expectations. Say to somebody who is clicking for the sake of joy, if they are trying to convey a story out of an image or preserving a moment, trying to keep it alive forever, say just to remind a personal incident, my Vadina, my sister-in-law, she cried the very moment when the baby was sleeping, their first daughter, and her ear got pierced. I shot it with a point and shoot camera. Until this day, I would say that's the best image which I have ever shot. I can see that love of a mother, completely crying out, which cannot be put in proper words, where they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So if you are trying to convey something like that, and if you are really aiming at making such images, you really need not leave your job. Now, again, coming to that point of leaving a job, making a career is purely their individual personal. Like in last session, I heard Prithvi saying, it is good to follow your heart, but it is always good to carry common sense with you. Because ultimately everybody talking very barely, they need something to survive, to maintain their own social respect. End of the day, paycheck matters.
Right.
Maina chalna hai. So koti vidyalu koti korake is what they say in Telugu. So to make that survival, if photography is really worth it, are you good enough? Do you have a brand for yourself? Do people rely on you? Are you getting enough events? Do you compare yourself between your current earning versus what would you earn if you get into full-time photography? And I've seen so many people who have not left their job, but still they are doing good. Chandrasekhar Anna is one such example. He has served for more than 35 years, I believe, NABARD, and still he used to shoot weddings. So it purely depends upon individual. To me, I left my job without any choice because I didn't intentionally decide and get into wedding photography. One of my friend at Deloitte, who happens to be my first customer, I told him I'll shoot for free. So when I shot his wedding, he asked me, "You are shooting all mosquitoes and flies. Why don't you shoot my wedding?" So out of out of hobby, when I was shooting, he paid me something beyond what he was willing to pay. He paid me double what he has agreed, and he told me, "This is not, I am paying you just like that. I really value the images which you have taken." So there I realized that what I click is worth something, where anybody earning a decent money is paying something for your work. So that is something which you have earned. Then I met people at HWS. I saw people that yes, there is living in photography also. For people who are from a different background, who worked in corporate, they make their own corporate ladder. So you join as a trainee, you grow as a manager, you become AVP over these many years. Jumping out of that corporate ladder and seeing yourself as an entrepreneur, having your art as a strength is something each individual has to judge themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you. And it's like I see my own story in all of your stories, bits and pieces. I think that happens to all of us. It's like, hey, that sounds like me. Hey, that sounds like me.
Because we
How
all
about
sail in the
you?
same boat.
Yeah. How about you, Sai?
Yeah. So you want me to answer the same thing, or so if I go back to 10 years, okay, it's been 9 years.
Yeah, would you still make
Exactly.
that decision? Would you still do the same thing? Would you still have your father get you
Yes.
the computer?
Because I think here most of us have been experienced the office life, right? How it is, shift jobs and all. Believe me, brother, what I've earned in 9 years is the Sunday on Monday. So because it's my own brand, because it's my own business, being an entrepreneur, you can live your life any day. You don't have any pressure on your head. That's one thing. So when you have a pressure, it's always like okay, you can't do that freedom, you can't do that free life job. So now I can do much of the creative job whenever I want it to be. I don't shoot for a month, I don't shoot for 2 months, but when I shoot, I know what I'm doing, what I'm coming up with.
Right.
So that's how life should be.
Yeah.
And why I stick to the same thing is, you always need somebody to motivate. You don't have opportunities in the market. People are, more. People are. The art is getting killed. The photography as an art is getting killed because of the commercialism, which is like a virus in the market now. Right or wrong? So most of the real good artists don't have an opportunities. So that is the reason I have created a brand wherein I tend to meet a lot of people who doesn't have an opportunity, who doesn't have the knowledge of the real world, what is happening around them. So what I do is at least I could able to bring them out, give them a small opportunities so that their art can sustain, or else all these people would go back to the same old office jobs for the survival. So pretty much I'm happy. I would be doing the same thing no matter how many times I go back. To inspire many people in the future, yes.
That's good. That's good. Good to know that all of you find photography to be that source of inspiration, not just for survival, but even give you an opportunity to help others as well in your own way, give it back to the customers or give it back to the community. And even, this little discussion that we are having here, none of us are getting paid. It's all voluntary, and thanks to OneGlint for having this initiative. And this is our way of sharing it. I don't know who's going to get inspired to get into photography, or who will drop their decision to become a photographer after this discussion. But nevertheless, and we're all here to share our life stories, and I really appreciate all of you taking your time and effort, and sharing all your personal and professional experiences with us. And I'll just get back to our web coordinators if there are any questions, or we are all good, and we can go back to our families at this point of time.